Hi everybody, this is the Golden Era Bookworm. I'm going back to my old format. This is a Your Physique October 1947 review with Clarence Ross on the cover. I really enjoyed this magazine for the many great articles. There are some arm development articles and articles on some fantastic historical figures which I'll go quickly through. This particular cover has Clarence Ross posing with a front double biceps on an angle shot, and you can tell that it's written around autumn because of the leaves falling. October obviously is around autumn. Let's go through the magazine, and I really enjoyed the let's just go through the beginning. This arm development. There's a great article on arm development. Here it is. This is a great article. I really enjoyed it because previous articles had shown or had demonstrated Olympic weightlifting in the past was thought to develop big arms, as well as of course rowing and bench pressing, which is all very true. But to shape the arms, we all know nowadays that for example for the triceps, a lot of extensions and push downs are necessary, and all forms of curling are necessary for the bicep development. And I really like this because I might actually even do some PowerPoint presentations. But there's some very, very rare photos of Alan Stephen in a very primitive gym performing some of his favorite arm exercises that he did for the Mr. America 1946 title. So I really want to do a separate presentation on this and really zoom in on these photos. These are really rare. I've never seen these before. And you can see that he's doing some curls here, wrist curls. He's, I think, doing reversed wrist curls here, bench pressing and all these other exercises. And yeah, I kind of thought that was really cool. Anyway, I'll do a separate presentation on that in particular. But it was a great article because, to be honest, it's the first I've ever read in Your Physique where it actually explicitly mentions the use of all these different curling and extensions and presses for the development of the arms. As I said previously, especially due to Bob Hoffman's influence, it was thought that weightlifting alone would build the arms, and as we all know, that is incorrect. Well, it's not incorrect, but it's not the only way to build arms, basically, right? And it was quite a large article with all these kinds of, there's dumbbell kickbacks and advanced forms of pressing, etc., etc. So, George F. Jowett, the story of George Jowett. This is a really cool article. For most of you that may not know, he was a strongman, a strongman from the UK. I will do a separate article on F. Jarrett, George F. Jarrett. He was quite famous back in the day for producing many of the courses that are seen in Your Physique magazine, like building a mighty grip, a mighty back, mighty legs, mighty chest, mighty arms. And as I said, I'm going to do an article on him separately, but this was a great article on this famous strongman. This is a really cool shot of Burt Goodrich and Alan Stephen doing an arm wrestle. What I like about this is that it's one of the first photos I've ever seen, and if you don't know who this is, Burt Goodrich was the first Mr. America. In other YouTube channels I've seen people state that John Grimmick was the first. That is incorrect. Burt Goodrich was the first in 1938. That was the actual first competition, and I probably should do a video to correct this misinformation, but that's a very rare photo of him arm wrestling there with Alan Stephen. Right. Some articles I don't go through, but this is a good one. Watching Russ Fields train. So this is a great article because it actually shows you this. Back then, these massive physiques were in. They were very smooth. And what I like is that he actually goes through his exact workout with the reps and the sets and also the poundage that he uses. This article is called Watching Russ Fields Train. I never knew who Russ Fields was, but he's apparently some old school bodybuilder. This article is written by Earl Liederman, and I think it's worth doing a presentation, especially because his workout is so superb. For example, it shows here that he's bench pressing, beginning with his startup is 200 pounds, and he works up to 300 pounds. That's pretty strong for back then. It's pretty strong. There's more on the life of Louis Cyr. I'm going to do a separate video because there's so many articles in Louis in like the last 4 or 5 Your Physique mags that I thought I could just bunch them up into one story. Here's some great shots of very aesthetic physiques. Jacques Basquet from France and Bill Hill Gardner Jr. And there were many other articles. This last one, again, I want to do a separate presentation for this one. A Real American Giant. And this is about the story of Joe Nordquist. For those of you that do not know, this guy was a former record holder of the press on back lying flat. He was extremely strong, a strong man of the past. And what's amazing is that he only had one good leg. I repeat, one good leg. And you can see him here leaning on his good leg with the other one basically dragging behind. He was famous for his bent pressing stunt. And the amazing thing is that he would show the crowd that he only had one leg. It's amazing. And I really think that Joe Nordquist deserves this kind of recognition. I'm going to do a video on him. It was amazing, amazing story. Anyway, that I thought was the best of the articles in Your Physique October 1947 with Clarence Ross on the cover. I hope you've enjoyed this quick review. As I said, I'll do some separate articles on the articles that I found really enjoyable. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I promised I'm also going to be doing a new series of the lost secret, you could say, exercises of the golden era. And I'm going to start with Loaded Guns from Larry Scott, who actually goes through many of his secrets in this book. But that's next. So see you soon. This is the Golden Era Bookworm. Bye for now.